Hi, this is Frank for Walking for Health and Fitness and this show, the weekly walking tips and inspiration. This is show number 5. My plan is to do 52 of these. So 5 down, 47 to go. This is also the last show of 2020 and good riddance and looking forward to 21. So the show topics, we have our inspirational quote. First one from THICH NHAT HANH. Walking tip number 1. Walking shoes versus running shoes. Interesting. A new feature this week will be nutrition with Kimberly, and that's, they call me Kimbo_, and she's on Instagram. Today's background image, interesting story there. Walking tip number 2, reflective vests and headlamps. So important. We'll have a very special sponsor spot. And then walking news will deal with pedestrian fatalities and very important information concerning that. Then we'll finish with inspirational quote number 2, and then I'll sum it all up in your next step. Now, before we continue, bookmark this show. In the description is the playlist. So every new show that comes up jumps on that playlist. You can get them right in order, and they'll also come on your feed if you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell so you get notifications. I want to get the word out about walking and the health benefits. I always say the easiest way to get in shape and stay in shape. So please support this channel, support the sponsors, and it really goes a long way to keeping this going. Thank you. And inspirational quote number 1. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. And that is by THICH NHAT HANH. He is a Buddhist monk, a peace activist, and has written extensively about walking and the walking mindset. Okay, so doing a lot of walking. As you see, the image quote has someone walking on the beach barefoot, but many of us don't get a chance to walk on the beach all the time. So this segment is on walking shoes versus running sneakers. Now, walking requires very little in the way of equipment. Good pair of shoes, some comfortable clothes, good socks, and that's it. You're ready to go. So with that said, going forward, as you increase your walking amount of time and distance that you put in, it makes sense to have comfortable footwear. Now, just to be clear, you don't need any special walking shoes to get out there and start this. Anything you have that's comfortable will work. But it's just the idea of having the right equipment for the job. So let me just share my story quickly. I was a runner until a back injury turned me over to walking, to rehab, and I've been doing it ever since now. So as a runner, I use running sneakers. These are New Balance running sneakers. These are fantastic. I've only used New Balance whenever I was a runner. This is not a plug for New Balance, although if anyone from New Balance is listening, I'm open to any suggestions and ideas you may have. These are walking shoes. They look very similar, but the feel is very different. So let's take a look at the why you want to use a walking shoe. Now, we'll take a look at walking and running and the body mechanics involved with each. Now, as you walk, the body's weight is distributed more evenly on the foot than when you run. When walking, your weight rolls from the heel through the ball and continues to the toe in a one foot in front of the other. This gentle rocking chair-like motion requires your feet to absorb the shock of only like 1 to 2 times your body weight with each step. And during walking, there are points where both feet are firmly on the ground, dividing the weight evenly. Now, with each walking step, the outer heel absorbs most of the impact before distributing the weight through the foot in an S motion, through the push-off from the toe. In contrast, running requires the support of at least 2 to 3 times your body weight, and each stride has moments when neither foot is on the ground. Runners spend a good deal of time in the air, literally. If you've ever watched running videos, Meb Keflevsky comes to mind. They featured him in the New York City Marathon, and he was flying through the air, his running motion. He was so fast, and that's a really good runner does that. They're actually almost bounding along, okay? So what goes up must come down. It's this constant landing that pounds and puts a tremendous amount of stress on the body over time, causing it to break down, as was my case. So what does this mean for your shoes? Well, it's basically the old axiom of having the right tool for the job. Walking shoes are designed with the specific body mechanics and stride path of walking in mind. They are constructed to be more flexible through the ball of the foot to allow a greater range of motion through the roll of the forefoot. They also have greater arch support to protect where the force is the heaviest on the foot. Running shoes, in contrast, have more cushioning in the heel, that's the point of impact, and less protection through the ball of the foot. The amount of heat generated in the running motion is greater, so running shoes also are made with a higher amount of mesh to keep the foot cooler during the exercise. Now, picking the proper shoe can prevent discomfort, injury, and will encourage you to maintain an active lifestyle. It is most important that your shoes feel comfortable so that you do not avoid exercising. So, quick story, when I started walking, I wore my running shoes. They're great. Running shoes are excellent for this. But in doing research for my book, Walking for Health and Fitness, I said, well, let me go buy a pair of walking shoes, specific walking shoes. Went to the New Balance store, put the walking shoes on. The difference was night and day. Where the running shoes are heavier, they're developed and made to take a pounding. The walking shoes felt like almost like wearing slippers around the house. They were so much lighter. Now, with that said, I don't wear my walking shoes if I'm going on a trail. A short distance, yeah, but if I was going on a hiking trail, I put on my hiking boots because it's having the right tool for the job. The walking shoes are made for pavements, flat surface, if you're out in the park, a little bit of off-road, but I tell you, if you're going to be off-road a lot, off the paved road, then wear hiking boots or something more sturdy than the walking shoe. Shoe buying tips. Now, when you shop for shoes, wear the socks that you're going to exercise in. The shoes should be comfortable as soon as you put them on. The heel ought to fit snugly and not slip up out of the shoe. If the shoes are tight, do not expect them to stretch out, even if they look stylish. Since feet swell during the day, shop for shoes in the afternoon or after a long walk. To prevent painful blisters, calluses, and to avoid foot disorders like bunions and hammer toes, check for enough room on the side of the feet, above the toe, and about a half an inch between the end of your longest toe and the front of the shoe. That's why I go with New Balance. They've always had a wider shoe for my type of foot. Now, you will get the best service and information and fit at a shoe store or a specific running shoe store, as the sales reps are trained in fitting your foot type. And keep in mind that in a larger department store, you're pretty much on your own. Now, take your time, try on several pairs, and make sure that they are totally comfortable. Again, as I said, wear the type of socks you'll be walking in. Walk around the store. Spend some time on them before you purchase them. Like I said, key point, very key. When you find a pair that you love, right, wear them a few days. If they feel great, go back and buy another pair. And here's why. Shoe companies, even my beloved New Balance, often upgrade, we'll put that in quotes, to different shoe models. And when you go back 6 months later after you've done so much walking, you need another pair, that shoe is discontinued and you have to kind of start the process all over again with a new shoe. This has been bothersome to me. I can't stand when they do this. I'll find a great shoe. I'll buy another one. Then when I go back for that third pair a year later, it's gone. It's not in the store anymore. So the old saying for when you purchase footwear is you really get what you pay for. Okay, new segment in the show, and that is Nutrition with Kimberly, and she's at They Call Me Kimbo _ and she's on Instagram. And it is the most hectic and stressful time of the year for many, during a time that has thrown a lot of curveballs at us with COVID and the shutdown. So, with all the stress, it's sometimes hard to remember the simple things that we may not be realizing are affecting our overall nutritional health. Some of these might be obvious, and even if they are, a friendly reminder never hurts. 1, get more sleep. Research has shown a huge correlation between a lack of sleep and gastrointestinal issues such as inflammation and immune function. 70% of the immune system is based in the gut. So, making sure the digestive system is in good shape should be your top priority. Hydrate. And here is my link to the benefits of drinking more water. Now, this is a reminder to get up right now, get yourself a nice big glass of water. Remember to start your day with a large glass of water even before you drink your coffee or tea. You will notice a difference in your overall energy, and it will help to set the tone of the day to continue to make healthy choices. Think of a snowball effect, but in a healthy, positive way. And the third tip from Kimberly is mindful eating. Now, we all have sat on the couch with a bowl of popcorn, a good movie, and before you know it, the bowl is empty and you've barely passed the opening credits. It's this mindless eating that can easily cause weight gain if you do not get a hold of it. So here are a few tips and tricks to eat more mindfully. Listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Are you eating because you are truly hungry or because it's just something to do? Now, once you learn to take those thoughts into consideration, it can help you to be more aware of what you put in your body and how much. Most of the things we mindlessly eat are usually empty calories anyway. So this is a really great place to jumpstart healthy eating habits. These 3 small things will really start to make a difference in your overall nutrition and health and mindset. So give them all a try. Now you can check out Kimberly's Instagram and her food highlights at theycallmekimbo_. Again, on Instagram, and her complete post that this is based on will be in the show notes. So make sure you download those every week. Today's background image right there, what a great place. That is Cadillac Mountain. I'm at the top of Cadillac Mountain in Acadia National Park, just outside of Bar Harbor, Maine. So for this picture, I did the long trail hike, the trail that starts at the northern end of the mountain, up the steep edge of the mountain. It was a good climb. You get to the top, you get a great view. In fact, the top of Cadillac Mountain is the first point on the continental United States that the sunlight hits. Now, the top can be a little crowded because there's a roadway to the top. And many tourists are up there, many tour buses are up there, but I did the whole hike. So after taking a whole bunch of pictures up there, I stopped at the snack bar that's up there, the gift shop, got an ice cream sandwich, and then headed south and took a lot of pictures. And the south, so it was sharp up and then very gradual down south. Great time on the way south. And what made it great was this was 2015. The Mets were starting to surge in the summertime. We're getting to the trading deadline. I have my Met cap on, and a guy's coming up. He is a Nationals fan. And we start talking about what possible trades and what's going to happen. And of course, the Mets get Cespedes, and they do a job on the Nationals, and they get to the World Series and break my heart. Anyway, so that was cool. I reached the campground, what's called the Backwoods Campground at the southern end, took the Island Explorer into town, found a bar restaurant, sat there, had a few cold beers and something to eat, which was delicious. It was a soup sampler because after a long hike, I really wasn't that hungry. So in total, 8 miles on a beautiful day. Now, a note if you're a vacation hiker, and this happened right here at the spot. I'll put that picture up there. There was a trail off there that I was thinking of doing, and when I read all the guidebooks, it talks about it was the most difficult and probably dangerous trail because it was pretty steep down, a quick straight down the mountain, loose rocks, not a good place to hike. I mean, it was real more climbing. A family was at this signpost, and I hear the father say, "Oh, we'll just take the easy way down over here." So I had to butt in and say, "Hey, listen, check this out. I'm not even doing that, and I'm prepared to hike." This guy had sandals on. He had little kids. So if you're going to hike on vacation, you don't really hike. Make sure you research the trails. Now, when I'm walking, I like taking pictures, and in my newsletter, my quarterly newsletter, which will be available, the winter issue will be available as of this showing. Just sign on to my mailing list. The link is below, and we'll get that to you every quarter. Comes in your mailbox, and it's got a lot of great features in there that I don't put on the website, and a lot of great images that I take along the road. In today's sponsor spot, I want to talk to you quickly and tell you, it's my highly personal and positive experience with using this product. Now, a while back when I was recovering from my back injury and I just started out on my walking rehab and I'll call it my journey, I was listening to many audiobooks. One book and program that greatly helped me was called Manifestation Miracle by Heather Matthews. Heather bases her teachings on the law of attraction and presents her program in an easy-to-follow format. Now, my favorite feature is the quick start guide that gives you clear daily instruction on how to progress and utilize her program and the law of attraction. The program, book, audiobook are excellent, and I credit them with the turnaround in my life. And I was at a low point in my life because of the back injury. I was a young man, and I was hobbled by this thing. And also, I was going through a time my mom had just passed away. So, listening to this audiobook and doing the daily action steps as part of the program helped me out of that funk, and it helped me to create what I've created. I've got 3 books out. I'm doing this now, this show on YouTube. I credit with a huge turnaround in my mindset. So, I cannot recommend that more highly and more strongly. And again, I used the product and it's helped me along the way. So if you're looking to make a change in your life, even a small change, especially as the new year is coming, I highly recommend this program, Heather Matthews and her Law of Attraction program. Now, the program, Manifestation Miracle, comes with a 100% money-back guarantee and is available as an immediate download from a very reputable marketer on ClickBank. Okay, the link is in the description. Check out the program. You have everything to gain. Walking tip number 2. A reflective vest and a headlamp could save your life. So check out my previous video that I done specifically on the vest, okay? Now, winter is upon us, and as late afternoon walks, you could be returning home in darkness. That's happened to me several times. A reflective vest could save your life by allowing drivers to see you more clearly. Now, think about how often you've been driving in the evening or at night, and you can't see someone walking until you're like right on top of them. And they're usually wearing dark clothes, and a lot of times they're walking with traffic. They're not even paying attention. So reflective vests are lightweight, can fit in your pocket. I fold this thing up, it goes right in my pack, or if I don't have a pack, I just throw it right in my pocket, which it fits in the ball of my hand, okay? And a headlamp, okay? My favorite vests or headlamps are in the description below, so check those out. Be seen and be safe. Now, these lead into the news item of the week. Now, I have Google Alerts. I set different keywords so that I get right in my mailbox anything that's going on, any news-related items. I put in walking, and just about every time I get an alert with a number of walking links and to articles in it, there's a pedestrian being hit by a car. Now, this is unscientific. This is only by my guesstimate. I would say 90% of these accidents happen at night and very late at night. So think about how often you've been a driver and how it's only at that last second and that last moment that you see someone walking if they're not wearing a vest or a headlamp, some kind of flashlight. So they're not wearing reflective gear or using a flashlight, and many times they're walking on the wrong side of the road. Remember, always walk facing traffic. That was my tip in the last week's show. So my takeaway from this is, with proper precaution, walking is a very safe and healthy habit to develop, whether you do it in the daytime, the evening, or at night. If you wear these, walk facing traffic, you won't have trouble. So, always walk facing traffic. Always wear a reflective vest at night. Always carry a flashlight or a headlamp at night. Stay off the main big highways. Bad things happen on the highways. Be seen, be safe. And we're down to inspirational quote number 2. A vigorous 5-mile walk will do more good for an unhappy but otherwise healthy adult than all the medicine and psychology in the world. And that's by Dudley White. Great advice. So we're down to your next step. 1, invest in good footwear, preferably walking shoes if you're going to be on pavement or in a nice park. 2, bookmark weekly walking tips and inspiration, the playlist. It's in the description. 3, remember the 3 nutritional tips from Kimberly. Get more sleep, drink more water, practice mindful eating. More of her article is in the show notes. 4, consider purchasing Manifestation Miracle. It helped me greatly in accomplishing my goals, and I know it could do the same for you. 5, be seen, be safe. Wear a reflective vest and use a flashlight or headlamp at night, especially at dusk, where drivers get a little sleepy, you know, so be careful for that. So for more walking information, I've got you covered in my 3 books. Walking for Health and Fitness, Overall Walking, get you started if you're not a walker yet, or you're looking for more walking information. Fitness Walking and Bodyweight Exercises is what it says. It talks about all the different exercises you can do while you're walking to be in great shape, really get your body toned with the least risk of injury, okay? And Walking Inspiration works on the mindset. Every month is a new topic for you to work on, and then there are quotes every day to reinforce that topic. It's a great book. Check that out. Now, in closing the show, I want to wish you a very happy new year. And here's to using walking as a way to get in shape, stay in shape, and use your walking time to achieve your big goals for 2021. This is Frank for Walking for Health and Fitness. Walk on.